Presently, my great-grandfather's remains are still buried on the Fort Sill military reservation. So after giving this a lot of thought the last 10 years or so, we decided, that it's about time that we seek a lawsuit, which apparently, it's been filed, today in the federal courts. We're glad that we're taking this initiative because I believe strongly from my heart that his spirit was never released. Presently, he's still in imprisonment. His remains are still on the military reservation in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. The only way to put this into a closure is to relieve the remains and his spirits so that he can be taken back to his homeland on the Gila Mountains, the head of the Gila River. He was born there according to my great-grandmother, Kate Iteta. I believe, strongly also, that the people of Geronimo, the relatives and the descendants, could sleep better. Presently, in Apache, if our remains are not properly buried, in our tradition, the spirit is just wandering, until a proper burial has been performed. So this is what, we would like to accomplish, because according to our Creator, Hughes, God, this is one of the very sacred areas of our culture that has to be carried out by our tribe, our people. And the only way is to follow up on this repatriation. If not, it's going to continue to where, it's going to affect more of our young people that are coming up. Not only that, but in the spirit world, they say that if it's not properly corrected, it's going to affect other things in life. Not the white world I'm referring to, but the Apache world. I'm referring to, the relative, the relation at this time. It could would cause sickness within our tribe. These are the things that, our people barely touch on with the media, because some of these information we don't really release to the public. But those are the things, that are very sacred to us. So I hope, that the people that we had actually filed on will take this serious. The Commander-in-Chief, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of the Army, I believe, it's on their lap at this time to seriously consider our request to release the remains and perform our correct burial in the Gila wilderness. It's been 100 years since 1909, since the death of my great-grandfather. And you look at it, it's been 100 years of imprisonment yet. Not counting the time he was sent into imprisonment in Florida from 1886 to 1809. There was another 25 years there. So I believe, that with all the reports I receive in the internet, in the mail, the phone calls I receive from all over the world, Georgia, Spain, Japan, even from Russia. They're supporting my effort. And I believe, it's a good cause, because indigenous people over century have been annihilated, removed from their homelands. Just like the Apache. Back 150 years ago, we had Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas as our homeland. And because of the policy, now we live on a reservation that's 20 miles by 20 miles by 20 miles by 20 miles. But consider the 3 states. And now just look at the state of New Mexico. It's getting I believe the last time I checked it was about a year ago or so, or 2 years ago. They're getting $3.2 billion in royalties. Just imagine, this is all coming from Apache land. The oils, the minerals. And just a few years ago, we had to fight Congress to establish a casino at home. And it barely passed. And now, we're paying $25 million a year. That's robbery. This is continuing, not only back home, but other parts of the country here. I'm upset because this is just continuing. Who's getting rich? You look back, they're saying, look at these poor Indians in the Southwest, or up in Canada. But who's getting all the riches? The royalties from the oil wells, the minerals, the yttrium, you name it. It's still continuing. When is it going to stop? Now with all this greed, we got this global warming. On the other day I was looking, I believe it was Discovery Channel. And I was looking at, these polar bears trying to find a solid footing on some of these melting, glaciers. And they actually showed some of them drowning. And this is my brother, the polar bear. Who's the cause of this?